What if I told you that your staff might be stealing from you and you didn't even know it? Did you know that 80% of medical practices report some kind of employee theft? It could be missing cash, missing product. It could even be adding personal items to your employee credit card. And the worst part is that it often starts small and it's right under your nose. In this video, we're going to show you the top warning signs that your staff might be stealing from you, the sneaky ways they do it, and how to protect your practice before you lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. So let's start with 5 red flags that indicate you might have employee theft. Sign number 1, unexplained financial losses. If your profits are down but your patient volume is the same, there might be some cash leaks, or maybe your cash totals aren't matching your reports, or even small discrepancies keep happening. Sign number 2, missing inventory or lost supplies. So if you're having products or supplies that keep disappearing, but you don't have the documentation to prove it, somebody could be stealing from you for their own personal use or for reselling it on their own. Sign number 3 could be an employee who never takes time off. This could be because these don't like to take vacation because it could jeopardize their scheme. Somebody else could come in and figure out what they're doing because they're not there. Sign number 4 is going to be patients complaining of overbilling. If you continue to get patients who complain that they've already paid a bill, they've already paid their deductible or copay, or maybe they were charged incorrectly, you could be having staff that's pocketing some extra cash. And sign number 5, and this one's a big one. If you have one staff member who controls all your finances, for example, maybe they're collecting the money or they're the ones who are depositing the money, a lot of times this can be your office manager or the front desk person. So you want to look at who's collecting the money and doesn't have any oversight. And especially if they're refusing to have any oversight or help with this, that's a red flag. Next up, let's talk about 5 signs your employee might be stealing from you. The number 1 things to look at is their lifestyle change doesn't match their income. If they suddenly have a really nice car, or maybe they take pricey vacations, or they wear designer clothes or handbags or shoes. If their lifestyle jumps but their paycheck doesn't, something's off, and it could be coming from your bottom line. Sign number 2, financial stress at home. If you have an employee who's constantly talking about their financial struggles at home, maybe they're asking for advances or showing sudden signs of stress in their lives, they might feel entitled or desperate enough to take what they think you won't even miss. Sign number 3, they're overprotected with their duties. If someone insists on being the only one to handle payment or deposits or inventory, then that's a big red flag. Or if they're defensive or territorial when others are trying to help or look at their work, then that's a big red flag. Number 5 to look at is start coming in early or leaving way late after everybody else is gone. If you have somebody who's working a lot of extra hours, but their productivity doesn't match, then that could be a red flag. Now let's talk about common ways medical staff can steal from you. Number 1, basic cash theft or fraudulent transactions. This can be stealing copays, deductibles, refunds, or maybe just skimming off the top. Your red flag here is missing cash, inconsistent transactions, or altered payments from patients. Number 2 is going to be inventory product theft. This is super common in med spas where their medical supplies, skincare products, prescription pads can go missing. Your red flag here is going to be a lot of frequent inventory storage without an increase in sales. Number 3 is going to be insurance or billing fraud. That could be overbilling patients. They could alter claims or maybe just pocket refunds. The red flag here is going to be a lot of patient complaints about something billing related. 4th way is going to be time theft or payroll fraud. This could be clocking into shifts that they didn't work. Maybe they had a buddy clock in for them and they weren't even there that day, or forgetting to clock out. Your red flag here is going to be unexplained overtime, or employees were clocked in when they weren't even seen in the office that day. And number 5 is typically data and identity theft. They could be selling patient data or using sensitive information for fraud. It could also even be using your credit cards to buy personal items for themselves. So your red flag here is going to be unusual access to EHR records that are typically outside of their work hours, or maybe credit card charges you have that don't have a receipt or are unexplained. Okay, so now let's talk about how to protect your practice from internal theft. Number one, you need to implement strict financial controls. You need to require daily financial audits with checks and balances. You should always have two people look at this, not just one. And you also need to separate duties. So the person who collects the money shouldn't be the one who's depositing the money. And you really need to limit your cash handling to somebody who's really trusted and make sure you're looking over at what was collected for the day matches what you're depositing every single day. Number two, use security cameras in key areas. Cameras discourage cash handling, theft, and inventory shortages. Number three is going to be run regular inventory and billing audits. Track your product movement, track your credit card statements, and refunding patients to catch things early. Set up controlled access for patients and financial data. Use role-based access in EHR systems and payment systems to prevent unauthorized users. And number five, establish a no-tolerance policy and an anonymous reporting policy. Make sure your staff knows they will be investigated and prosecuted. Also encourage your staff to report anonymous tips, though honest staff can report concerns. Now, employee theft can cost practices tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars. I have seen this firsthand with so many of my medical practices. I mean, I really can't tell you how many doctors I know who have had this happen. But if you know the red flags and you set up the right security measures and you enforce strong financial policies, you can protect your practice from internal loss. Now, if you suspect theft in your practice and you need some guidance on how to set up an internal process or checks and balance, then let's talk. I offer strategy sessions where we can review what's going on, review your financial security, and set up a fraud-proof system. So click the link in the descriptions and set up a free one-on-one call with me. See you in the next video.